Hi everybody, welcome back to the Bumpkin News. Bumpkin and Chief here. I want to finish up on our series of buying a used car. You've done all your homework. You've been on autotrader.com and you've looked at Kelly's Blue Book, and you've determined what a car like the one that you're looking for should cost, or what would be a fair market value of it. You've test driven the car and you determined that this is the car that you would like to have, and now it comes time to, as they say, talk turkey. If you're dealing with a car dealership, the one thing you don't want to do is trade a car in. You want to do the same thing that others do, and that is you want to sell the car privately. You'll get more for it like that. You want to have an idea in your mind. Oh, also you've got your financing lined up, so you're ready to go. And having all these things done in advance gives you a confidence, and that is projected to the car salesman. And instead of being on the defensive, you have a more of a neutral to slightly offensive buying posture that way. Someone that's done their homework. So you want to approach them having that information, and you want to know how much that you're willing to pay for the car. In other words, your bottom line. And since you know this about what it's worth, then you know if they won't budge, that you're going to pay too much for it, more than you want to pay. So one thing that I found useful is to really not to haggle, but very little, but ask them what is the very least that they would take for the car. If you're sure that you want this car, and they're going to be looking to see how bad that you want this car. If it's something that you have this irrational desire for this car, and they know you're not going to walk away without buying it, that's more leverage for them. But you want to try to project that you are interested in buying this car. You do want to work with them to get to a resolution of the price, but that you're not going to just take anything. You're not going to pay an inflated price. So when you decide what it is that you want to pay for the car, then ask them what's the lowest they'll take. They'll probably come back with, well, what is the most that you'll pay? And if they do that, give them, let's say the car, you know that it's worth about $3,200. Give them a price of about $3,000. Say about you're thinking about maybe $3,000, and see if they will come down to that. If they won't, they'll probably come back with, well, what about $3,400? And you come back with, well, what about $3,100? They might say $3,300. And you say, okay, we'll split the difference at $3,200, which is exactly what you want to pay. And so you've locked in on that, which is what you wanted to pay, and now you want to see if you can get any extras. Ask them if they will throw in some before you sign anything. See if they'll throw in some car mats if it needs floor mats, or if they'll wash it and wax it for you, give you an oil change, or anything. Just ask them, are there any extras that you'll throw in on this car, maybe before you settle on a price, maybe in the middle of settling on a price, when you're going back and forth with the offer and counter offer. Maybe ask them if there's any incentives in that. So that's a good way to do it. And then once you have that that price locked in, then you can go ahead and do your paperwork. And what I like to do is get a check and have everything in order. And here's a place that they will try to make a little more money off of you. They'll want to do the title processing themselves, so you don't want to do that. What you want is a title. You want to get it notarized to you, and dealerships sometimes they're authorized to sell you like a 10-day tag or something, so that you can immediately drive the car. You might want to do that, unless you want to go get it yourself and leave the car there and come back. But the more that you handle the licensing the car, you'll save more money that way. Okay, well, let me know if you got any questions. So that is your car buying guide, and hopefully you'll have a great experience with it.